Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. So last night, my time, there was there was a tournament hosted by Decade and Luxury Gaming. So a top 64-ish tournament, invitational by the way, so only, what was it, 64 players were invited that already had tops, top 32s of YCSs, you know, so high caliber players. So that's interesting, because they were also using the new format, right? So the Ishizu cards boast magnificent Mavens, and that's, you know, interesting simply because next week we will have, is it an American YCS? I think so, and Dortmund for us European players the week after. So let's zoom in. Top 16 breakdown, right? So a top 64 tournament, so as soon as you lost a match, best of 3, you were out of the tournament. So let's zoom in into the top 16 decks. They're all revealed, all released. Again, interesting for us, you know, next week and the week after. So if you take a look at the top 16 breakdown, are there any surprises? I don't think so, maybe a little bit. The question was before the tournament is, how big is going to be the impact of the Ishizu cards? Well, we know that their impact is going to be like mind-blowingly big. That's no question. But I think the bigger question is are the other decks able to, you know, keep up with the Ishizu stuff? So I'm looking at Spright and maybe some anti-meta decks like, you know, Flunder, for example, Exo Sisters, simply because they can main deck stuff like Shifter, right? So any surprises? Not really, I think. 11 tier elements from the top 16. So tier 0 format, probably, yes, but again, it's you know, still very early and people might adapt, right? While on the other hand, also 3 sprites, right? Not Spright, but Spright in the top 16 and 2 Flunders as well. So you have to keep in mind, again, this is not, well, a tournament where people wanted to, people wanted to toy around, I guess, test out the new stuff, not give away any new things yet, because again, next week a YCS, so, you know, take these results with like a small grain of salt. First place decklist, tier elements, right? Tier elements pure, 40 cards and a main deck by Matteo. Any surprises? He's only running one Yugioh. We've seen this run before in the OCG, where they are, you know, slightly cutting away before their most recent ban list some of the Ishizu cards. The one Druid's Worm, I guess, to catch people by surprise, because, you know, I think he's side-taking triple Magnamut, obviously, right? One of the best hand traps currently in the game, simply because you can expect a lot of tier elements. But outside of that, the field spell for tier is mind-blowingly overpowered. Triple Scream as well as one of the new additions from a Darkwing Blast. The Herald, one of Herald, because again, it opens up the potential Baroness or Baron play during your opening turn as well, and triple Super Poly simply because it's so flexible. Zeus is there as well, Bakuska also. So other than that, no surprises, I think. First place. While second place, this was Hani as well. He was really close playing it out in the finals, tacking in those droplets. Going first, I guess it could help. Going second, it's, you know, still a mind-blowingly strong card. Also one Herald in the main deck, you know, it's crazy. You can send those Ishizu cards from your deck to the graveyard to potentially get those free mills as well. And as you know, Herald will gain those levels. Simply put it at level 6, right? Potentially opening up those Baron plays. Hani also only played a double Scream. Okay, Instant Fusion is super staple, while first place only played 2 of the traps, Hani played 3 of them, so double Celiac and one Crime, obviously, again, a new addition from Darkwing Blast, but again, no surprises, I think. He's not running the, whatchamacallit, the artifact side package in the side deck. Third place, Jesse's list, Jesse Cotton's list. So 60 cards, like a Thunder, Bestial, Ishizu deck. I mean, there are replays online. I highly suggest, you know, you checking out those replays, simply because this deck is mind-blowing. You have so many lines, so many potential combos, and of course with the Ishizu cards there is so much speed attached to it. Plus, you're also gaining advantage if your opponent is under Ishizu, or you know, using the Ishizu cards, you can get those free pluses as well. So it's really a crazy deck. Plus Melody of the Awakening Dragon, I believe the names. You know, it can also trigger your own Ishizu cards. It's it's mind-blowing. Triple Lubellion, right? I mean, we've seen Lubellion last week at Minneapolis as well, but not that much. You know, only in these like 60 cards wombo combo decks featuring the Ishizu card. So cool list. Really like the branded edition as well. And also, yeah, look out for this new rank 6 as well, your Wallow. Yeah, that's the one. I have my copy ready already here from the boxes, but it's an intriguing card. Also rank 6 next to Beatrice, right, for your Bystials. Other than that, fourth place, top 4, also another Ishizu deck. I think this is card for card the same list as first place. I think so. Unless I'm missing something. Also the one Yugioh, triple Super Poly in the main deck, triple Scream. I think this is card for card the same list. Looking at the side deck, I think so. So fourth place as well. So looking at the top 8, finally one Spright. And this is Paulo, you know, Paulo, well known for, I think, topping pretty much every YCS that I can remember from past year, always with Sprites, and he's, you know, most known for playing half of the deck hand traps, right? So let's see how many. I'm not going to count them. I think this is his list, very similar to the list he was playing last week at Minneapolis, so triple Prosperity still, but Skullmeisters in the main deck over Veiler, so no Veiler in the main deck, but again the Beaver package is there, double Angler, that's staple, triple Swap, again you want to have Toad access, right, but one addition he made compared to last week was main deck Saronirs, right, basically more DD Crows, right, I mean the Bystials are hand traps as well, but power hand traps, being that they can, you know, special summon themselves to the field, being big boss monsters, big beat sticks, right? Plus they can be used for link summons for something like Elf or something like that. So only double Elf, plus he's indeed main decking a rank 6 option being Wallow, right? Also one of the new additions from Darkwing Blast. But other than that, triple Imperm Skullmeister, that's a nice addition. I guess it's a dark, so that can be iffy for the opponents, you know, the Charmer, right? But hitting those great effects, I mean, okay, Skullmeisters over Veilers this time. Okay. Shifter sighting, so no Shifter in the main deck. Might be a bit too risky. I mean, it's something to think about. So let's continue, top 8. Finally we see Fenrir. Is Fenrir, or was it overhyped? It might be the case, but who knows, right? You might see different results next week. Branded in high spirits still, while he is indeed running the Heartbeat as well in the main deck. So 2, Anti-Ecclesia, or the, you know, the Cartesia potential Synchro Blaze as well. Beatrice, and the Underworld Goddess as well. Okay, let's continue a bit faster. Again, another Ishizu Tearlament. Again, very similar to the first place deck list, if not the same card for card. Let's continue. Another Spright list topped, so top 8. This is, you know, one very similar to, was it Pete Navarro's list from last week? I think so, with those Fenrir's main. Okay, Skullmeister is different, but a double cross in the main deck as well for potential, you know, triple Toad negation during your opponent's turn. Veilers are still in the main deck, plus Pixies. Not sure about Pixies, but I mean, it is what it is, it worked out, right? So, okay, Hand Trap Spright still relevant. It's still relevant, but I mean, can it keep up with like a, you know, a 12 round YCS? Who knows, right? With those, I mean, the Lucky Mills from Ishizu Tearlaments. Okay, let's continue. Top 16. More Ishizu decks. Any surprises here? No, I don't think so. Droplets as well in the main deck for Anthony. Vincenzo again. Any surprises? Again, triple Super Poly in the main deck. The one of Herald. Herald seems fine. It's just as a one-off. There might be some small changes with, I was about to say, the tier element cards with maybe one, at least 2 Reno Heart, but he was running 3. The one Druid's Worm as well in the main deck. Finally, a branded hybrid. 60 cards, right? Should be, yeah, 60 cards. I've seen some feature matches here, and it was opening some broken hands. I mean, you can definitely go second. Triple Dark Ruler, Branded Fusion is still such a disgusting card. Triple Super Poly, the field, well, triple Droplet. Whew. So many cards, so many go second cards as well, but I mean, it's 60 cards, right? You have the deck is just a big toolbox, again, very similar to Jesse's Thunder Dragon Hybrid. Your deck is just a big toolbox. So let's continue. Side decking triple raw sphere mode. Pierluigi with Tearlaments as well with the Ishizu stuff. No surprises. I think we've seen this list before, or these lists. Another Spright deck, the last Spright, and this is more of a power spell Spright list. Triple Prosperity, triple Tactics, the Mind Control, Change of Heart, and triple Econ in the main deck. Is also running Foolish. Okay, and then full on with the Bestial package, plus triple Fenrir. This is, I think... No, the second list we see Fenrir remained, but not too much, and not even in a side deck, I think. Fenrir, so like, you know, more of a power Spright deck. I like this kind of, you know, Spright deck for our upcoming format, but I'm not sure if it can keep up with, you know, the mills from Ishizu stuff. The End of Anubis in the extra deck, you know, as a potential target for Mannequin Cat, right, next to the other stuff. Neko Mane King as well, I guess a tagged card. Flunder. It's Flunder, no surprises. Triple Evenly as well in the main deck. More Ishizu stuff, you know, very similar to the ones we've seen before. Let's continue. More Flunder as well, and there should be one... No, that's the last one. So one Flunder as well in the top 16. So, any surprises last... I mean, to conclude, the thing is that, you know, it's still early format. We are seeing a lot of similarities with the OCG. It's logical, right? But next week, first YCS, it's somewhat different compared to this, you know, players have to prepare their decks for a multiple round YCS. That's much different compared to this single elimination tournaments or these single limitation like tournaments. But I think we can expect very similar results, if not more, from like a top 32 breakdown, you know, for the YCS next weeks, where Tier Ishizu stuff might take up even more spots in top 16, right? Who knows? But I mean, this is just the first information, so we can start playtesting for next week's. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. All the sources, by the way, will be in the video description. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Riddim signing out. Peace.